Like so many people, I first got into chess after watching The Queen's Gambit. There was something about this series that just made chess seem relatable to me. It took a very complex and to many a very abstract game and dramatized it and just made it seem pretty cool. Like, not to say chess wasn't cool before, it's always been pretty cool to me. It's just that this Netflix series, it really put chess on the main stage. The whole world was exposed to chess through The Queen's Gambit, and I was one of them. Like, I barely even knew how the pieces moved before. Yeah, I was still so invested in the actual chess scenes throughout the episodes. And it wasn't just me who was moved by The Queen's Gambit. Like this series was so influential for the chess community. It saw names like Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru, and Gotham Chess just become exposed to the mainstream. And I was all here for it. Like, I'm going to try find a screenshot of some data sets of Gotham Chess's subscriber count, or like overall just like view count before and after The Queen's Gambit. And like the growth is exponential. Like, this guy went from giving like chess lessons in New York, and he might have posted the odd video here and there, and he just went from that to just raking in millions and millions of views per week. And it was recently, which was pretty cool, I saw him playing a chess game against Eberechi Eze. He plays for the England football team and also plays for Arsenal, who are one of the biggest teams in the Premier League, which really pains me to say, but prior to watching The Queen's Gambit, I had such a limited understanding of chess. Like, I knew the whole aim of the game was to checkmate the king, so the king can't move, basically. And I knew how the pieces moved. Like, the knight might have still been a bit of a challenge for me to understand, but you know what I mean? That's where I stood with chess. Like, I was a bit of a chess noob, basically. But this series coming out also paired with the fact my dad was quite into chess. It really put me in a good position to take up chess as a hobby. And this is what I did. Like, I just downloaded chess.com, started playing people on chess.com, got my friends to download chess.com, started playing them, was playing my dad a bit over the board. Yeah, we saw some good progress to start with. Like I was bumping my elo up, I was sort of learning to build around the center, like pawn structure, all that stuff. And then, as expected, sooner or later, I sort of realized I wasn't a future grandmaster in the making. This also paired with the plateau I hit. I did just give up and stop playing. I think we ran the elo up to like 600 odd, so like I was definitely still in the realm of being a beginner, but I could probably beat the average person. And fast forward a couple of years, and this takes me to university, and this was when I really got back into playing chess. And one of the reasons was because my housemate started playing it. Like, I caught him on his phone playing chess.com a few times, so I'll give him an odd game here and there. And I saw he was improving at it, which made me want to improve at it again. But I think the main reason why I really got back into chess was because I caught someone in my lecture playing chess.com on their laptop, and I was like, I've got it as well. Like, give me a game. It'll be a bit of fun. And this guy just battered me, basically. Like, I resigned, or he checkmated me within like 10 moves. And after having my ego and pride hurt like this, I was like, I've got to beat him again. I don't know why I thought my 600 elo held weight, like, in the grand scheme of things, but it didn't, and this was an example of why I didn't hold weight. And I guess the final reason why I really wanted to get back into chess was because, I don't know, being a good chess player, like, to me, represents a high level of intelligence. And I wanted this high level of intelligence. I wanted to brag, or I just wanted to tell people I was good at chess. So it was like an ego and pride thing as well. And compared to the first time, this time was definitely different. Like, I went on my way and actually studied the game for a bit. I learned an opening with white, the Italian opening, and a defense of black, the Caro-Kann defense. I still play them to this day. I swear by those two openings as well. And yeah, so I got learning, got playing. I saw a lot of linear progress. It was going well. And then, as expected, I hit a plateau again. But this time, I didn't give up. I persevered and kept pushing through and kept pushing and kept pushing. During this plateau, it really became clear to me why chess is a completely different game to others. To me personally, I find it very abstract. Sometimes it's not clear how to improve. Sometimes the best move really doesn't make sense why it's the best move. It needs explaining to you by someone who's a lot better than me at chess. And to really tackle this, I needed a coach or just a natural chess brain, which I had neither of. And whilst I was pushing through this plateau, I'd be grinding this game out. And before I knew it, I was pretty much addicted to playing online chess. This addiction consisted of just late nights. I'll be up to 4, 5, even 6 a.m. just watching or playing chess. But I didn't really care. I was at university, so like I had like little responsibilities. Like my biggest responsibility was probably getting up on time to go to the pub. Um, so yeah, that paints a picture for you. And also my housemates were probably also up doing some fucking other shit, like scrolling TikTok or playing some like games or something like that in their rooms. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, everyone else is up. I may as well just fucking keep on playing chess. And that was like the coping mechanism behind me being up late at night. But of course, there was like an underlying addiction, which I hadn't yet identified. But I didn't help myself at all. Like, I completely gamified this game to the point where it wasn't just something you do to because it's good for your brain, but like to the point where I was treating it like a video game. Like I'd be stuck in one of those cycles where you're playing like Rocket League with your mate, or just another like game on the PlayStation. Like, oh man, we can't end on a loss. Then like you get a win finally, it's like, oh, but win streak, bro. And then you lose and you're like, you can't end on a loss. Get stuck in those cycles every night. Or it'll be like another scenario where like I'd be on like 980, it'll be like, nah, we'll keep playing to get 1,000 elo. Then like we just lose 2 games in a row, which means I've then got to win like 4 or 5 games to get to 1,000 elo. And 4 or 5 games is a long time. Like, especially the time length I was playing like 10-15 minute games. Yeah, they could like 3 games can end up being like an hour easily. That's a long time for 3 individual games. Like compared to like Rocket League, which is like where the game's like 5 minutes and shit like that. I guess one of the other like effects this like chess addiction had on me was that I was having dreams about chess, which is not really an effect, like a bad effect necessarily, or a good effect necessarily. I didn't really care. It was just like, I don't know, I just have a dream about chess here and there, which is it's pretty cool, I guess. Like I got nothing bad to say against it. And another thing, like obviously I was playing a lot of games, and I heard someone once say, like, if you want to really improve, play 10 games per day, max. That's the max amount of games you want to play. Like, I heard 10 games is still a crazy amount to be playing, but, my ass was playing, like, 20 games per day. I was losing, like, half of it during this plateau. So, like my progress in ELO had seriously stagnated. And, honestly, it was no wonder I got stuck in this plateau. Chess is one of those games, like, obviously, it's not physically demanding on your body. Like, you're not running or, like, straining your muscles or anything, but it's demanding on your brain and your mental capacity. A lot of other games which are mentally demanding, you can get playing fatigue from chess. Like this is the same if you play snooker or poker. You play too much of them and your mental capacity decreases and you just won't be performing at your best. I think it was at this point I just reached 1,000 elo and then the plateau hit, so I probably like hovered around 950 for a long time. As I said, I had coping mechanisms to this addiction, so the 2 I already mentioned was that like I was at uni and everyone else was probably up late as well. But I'd say these coping mechanisms I'm about to like reel off really cemented this chess addiction into my schedule. And the main ones being was that I just told myself it was a good addiction to have. You know what I mean? Like playing chess is good for the brain. It develops a strategic mindset. It makes you a critical thinker. So yeah, I was just always telling myself, like, yeah, like no harm's gonna come out of me staying up till like 6 a.m. every night just playing chess. It's great for my brain. It's great for myself as well, my productivity. So yeah, let's keep doing it. And then paired with this, I'd probably smoked some weed whilst playing, and I must sound the biggest fucking stoner guy ever, but I would genuinely the weed helped me play. I'd play more creatively. I'd think better for some reason, and again, I'd smoke the weed because I'd say like, oh, I'm doing something that's good for the brain, so having this like joint won't harm me. Like I've been training my brain for the past like 5 hours, so I may as well just have this joint as well. Like, you know what I mean? And as you can expect, soon after the plateau, I went a long time without improving, and there's only so long I can do that for, so I stopped playing for a bit. And then a couple more months down the line, I would get back into it. And I would go through this cycle of chess addiction, basically, where I would get into chess because, I don't know, I realised someone was better than me, or I just wanted to improve for some reason. I'd improve my ELO rating, so I'd always reach, like, my all-time high ELO. Then I'd just, like, drop ELO, like, by 50 points, and I'd just, like, hover around that and stagnate around that for a bit until I gave up on the plateau and then took a break, basically. I'll give an example of another recent chess addiction cycle I went through, and it was because me and my mates went traveling around Southeast Asia, and we're staying in hostels, and 99% of the time there's a chessboard in these hostels, and 100% of the time we'd end up playing on the chessboard. So Yeah, like more than not, a night would consist of us drinking a few beers, like pre-drinks, and just playing chess basically, and it was good fun. Like honestly, playing chess with your boys and just sinking beers like at the pub or something is honestly it's so much fun. But we met someone out there who we got on quite well with, and we said like, yo, if you want to like stay with us and travel around Asia with us, like seriously come along, like we get on with you well. And this guy was like really smart, like naturally gifted at chess. And I mean, my elo was higher than him on chess.com at this point, but that really didn't matter. This guy was just like naturally just so good at chess to the point where once it was like middle game past the openings, he could just see shit that I wasn't seeing and just outplay me. And getting humbled by him like constantly made me want to get better at chess again. And this cycle continued the whole time whilst we were away. And when I got back, I was still playing it. And this was a very long cycle. So yeah, and I went through the same thing. Went up, got my all-time highest chess elo, got to like 1200, I'm pretty sure. Then I'm probably hovering around 1100 since then. And this is one of the reasons why the chess cycle, like why these like cycles of chess addiction, I keep falling into it, is because it always feels like there's been unfinished business. That's just because like I hit my all-time highest elo and then I drift down again. So I always think like, damn, like I was once at 1200 and like I was once there, like I need to get back there sort of thing. So naturally I want to get back into it every time. This takes to the present time now. I can definitely feel another cycle coming. And this is because I can see my mate who's been into chess since we went traveling as well. He's been getting like quite good at the game. And like it's been getting to the point where I'm finding it quite tough to beat this guy's London system. Like he's got a pretty solid London system to the point where it's like 50-50 if I win now. And I need to really get on top of him again. So, yeah, it's just fucking bit of competition, I guess. But this time's going to be different. I'm going to play less games. It's going to be controlled hours. Like, I'm only going to play for an hour at a time sort of thing. I mean, after going through these previous, like, cycles of addiction with chess, I finally realised, after all these years, that playing non-stop for, like, weeks at a time isn't the most productive thing to be doing with my time. Like I've got other things that I need to be working on. and yeah, but another thing I want to change is that this time I'm going to play less online chess and more in person when we can. Having a mate who wants to play chess helps because like it means instead of coming round and we chill, we might play FIFA or something like that. We end up playing chess instead. So yeah, it's a better alternative. And of course, these chess addictions I've had has had some positives on me. I'd hope they've had positives on me, like under the amount of game time I've had. But the main ones being that I think a lot more critically, and I've developed a strategic mindset, and I'm a lot better at forward planning. So these like attributes can be applied to many aspects of my life. Like I've noticed I play poker a bit better. Like I will think more about like betting lines. I'll think more about consequences if I bluff. I'll think more about like what's going to happen if I bluff, and stuff like that. And one thing where I've really noticed it is that like when I go to the gym, I like hitting the bag, the boxing bag after, and if I'm with a mate, we'll do some body sparring. So I've noticed like I'm really setting up shots a bit better when sparring. Like I'm throwing feints because I know he's going to react this way, and eventually I can just set up a jab and break through his defense. So it's definitely like helped in other aspects of life from playing chess. And I mean, another positive is that playing chess, like being addicted to chess, is better than being addicted to video games, believe it or not, or at least in my opinion. So I guess I'm happy I was playing chess and just like playing COD the whole time. Like when you play COD, like Call of Duty, like you're in autopilot. You're just running around a map and just like relying on your reaction time being better than your opponents and your aim being better than your opponents. But like with chess, like no two games are ever the same. You've got to think differently every time. There are so many nuances. Like you've got to think so differently every game, and it's just better. Obviously, another positive it's had is that it teaches you accountability. Like if you lose a game, you've lost because you were the worst player. You've either blundered during the game or your opponent just outplayed you. Like you were the worst player basically, and it really teaches you to become accountable for your actions. And becoming accountable for your actions makes you want to just improve at what you did wrong. Doing this has really taught me like a few lessons, especially if it's been my fault where like beforehand I'd double down and might blame something else. I don't know if you've seen Marty Supreme, about the guy who plays about the ping pong player in New York, where he loses a final in a ping pong tournament and he starts blaming the other guy's paddle because it's different to his. Like, you can't do that in chess. You can't blame like the pieces because they're heavier than normal or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's your fault if you lose. So yeah, it's definitely taught me how to be accountable for my actions. And of course, playing chess is good for the brain when played to a sensible extent. I think it speaks for itself, really. Don't play chess to the extent I was playing it at, because then you're just going to be addicted, and then you're just going to be wasting your life away playing chess till 6 a.m. every day. And I think I found a quote which my dad told me ties back into like playing chess to a sensible extent, and it's the ability to play chess is the sign of a gentleman, but the ability to play chess well is the sign of a wasted life. And I'm going to leave that video there, but I'll see you guys in a bit.